Hello again, this is Sports Betting Whale. It is Saturday, April 22nd, 2017. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. As you've all experienced, we've gone through a legendary cold run here. None of us have ever seen anything like it in the 25 plus years of handicapping and plays, especially for this time of year. And again, it's not an excuse, but we're not the Lone Ranger here. It's been very choppy for other handicappers as well. A lot of people would follow other people after the games to see what their analysis was and how they did. Always curious to the different angles that people are using. I don't look at it before the games because I've got 30 different approaches that I'm always looking at that are more reliable than anyone else's, in my opinion. But it's been tough for the whole handicapping industry lately. The difference is this system will allow us to bounce back and turn into positive so fast compared to any other approach that I'm very confident that even a 3-day win streak will put everybody into positive territory, including myself and anybody, no matter when they came in. If they're coming in now, just recently joined us, boy, they're in for a treat. They certainly were in for a treat yesterday. We ended up over 130 units to the positive yesterday in one day, and that wasn't a progressive situation. So now that we're progressing, if we get hot, it's going to be very easy for us to be up 500 to 1,000 units in a couple days, which is more than even using the unit system, not taking into account the beautiful part of how the system decelerates when we're cold. The Champ system's been using a unit by unit analysis. Even using that analysis, which is not giving the system the credit it deserves, everyone's still going to be positive going forward here with a nice little run. Obviously, we hope that run's starting right now and continues from yesterday, but it will happen. You'll see consistent 3 to 5 day winning streaks, and you'll see some go 7 to 10 days, and then we're off the charts. That's like what's happened to me with Pinnacle when I went from 50,000 to 4 million. Back in the days when I was in my early 20s, started with $1,000 and ended up with millions at the Mirage. And you've seen, if you go to thewhalepicks.com, you can see proof of all the things that I'm telling you. As a recap of yesterday, there was a total of 12 picks released for the day, 3 round robins. I had 2 lose, 1 push, and 9 win. So you see the results, and those are the kind of days that happen when we have a nice streak, and then they multiply and they continue to multiply. You'll see on the screen the tickets from yesterday. I ended up cashing out 25,700. I had decelerated and taken lower amounts than typical because we hadn't been hitting. So now I'm back up to more normal rates, and you'll see if we hit again, then you'll see multiple tickets coming in from multiple places, and I will accelerate as much as I'm allowed to in Las Vegas. Back in the good old days, it had just been the Mirage, and they'd take up to $20,000 away on the roundies. That was a lot of fun. So yesterday we got an email, it came in today, from one of our followers that has not been kind to the whale. He's in the whale haters club. His name is Michael Q. I won't pronounce his last name in case he doesn't want it out there. But yesterday he won $8,000 by betting on the Whales picks. He took $850 and turned it into $8,340 in just one day for a return of almost 1,000%. Good job, Michael. Now, those are the stories that we like to see, and certainly love to have everyone experience this on a regular basis. Okay, for some of you who like to know how I'm picking some of these games, I'm going to talk a little bit about what's going on in the NBA. NBA playoffs become extremely predictable if certain situations occur. What we're looking for is we're looking for teams that are equal or better than the other team that are off a loss. That's a good scenario. 2 losses even better. You'll notice we did not take the Golden State Portland game today. Portland's the rule of threes, which means that they've lost 2 in a row to the same team. Golden State. But I'm very respectful of Golden State. And with a spread of 6 and the fact that Golden State owns Portland, they've only lost to them once in the last couple of years in these situations, I'm not going to play with that fire. I mean, it would not surprise me if Portland wins and covers, but we're going to lay off that one. We are taking Atlanta Hawks off a loss, Toronto Raptors off a loss, and the San Antonio Spurs off a loss. So feel comfortable that all 3 of these teams will get off to a good start. They'll have more energy than their opponent, and it's just kind of human nature. I've seen it in my own sports life, playing sports. Any of you that have played sports, do you tend to have more energy when the team you should have beat just beat you? Yes, and that's true of the professional players as well, especially in the playoffs. So that's what we're going to do. We're taking a bounce trend on the first halves and on the games in the NBA today. Tomorrow I'll go into more analysis on some of the baseball games, and if there's any good hockey ones, we'll explain the rationale of the hockey as well. We're always going to put you on the most likely side. We're going to put you on the most historical winning trends and let the odds play in our favor, and let the system of acceleration and deceleration work in our favor as well. Questions that came in. You mentioned before that a 4-team parlay doesn't pay out fairly. In that case, why have we been taking round robins by 3s and a 4? 4-teamers aren't fair when they're all -110s. The true odds are 16 to 1 and they're giving us back 11. On a 3-teamer, the true odds are 8 to 1 and they're giving us back 7, so that's pretty close. It's pretty close to true odds. Where the sports books rip everyone off are on 4-teamers, and a lot of people don't know that fact and get sucked into them. So we don't take 4-teamers on when they're all -110s. There might have been one mix-up in the NBA in the last week where that happened, but generally we'll catch that. In baseball, they're all by odds. So it doesn't matter if you take a 2-teamer, 3-teamer, 4-teamer, 5-teamer, 6-teamer, they're calculating the odds on the game and multiplying that to come up with your win. So that it's not a fixed amount like it is in football or basketball on -110s. So if you're playing hockey or you're playing baseball, you can take the 4-teamer and you're getting true odds. So hopefully that answers that question. Next question. So generally speaking, in the first round robin hits, what are we supposed to do to accelerate into the next group of round robins? And at what point, how many loses in a row do we decelerate? Okay, good question. What I do is I will accelerate on the first good win, 3 out of 3 or 4 out of 4. I'll double the amount I'm taking on the next group for 3 groups. If you hit one of those 3 groups, you continue to accelerate. If you don't, you go back to the original amount. So it's giving you 3 round robin opportunities to hit another one. So that's the strategy. When we get hot, we're going to hit, out of that group, we're going to hit a round robin almost every time and continue to accelerate. At some point, you're going to take the money off the table and say, good enough, I want to bank whatever amount you want to bank. If you've got some money to recover that you've invested at this point, go ahead and pay that back. We all want to be on house money. It's so much more fun when you're on house money. When you're betting money that you've made yourself and you're investing yourself and it's at risk, it's stressful. I don't like it, you don't like it, none of us like it, and we want to get out of that mode. I've been out of that mode most of my life, and it's a lot more fun. It's been stressful for me. I think the biggest stress I've had is the fact that I hit this unprecedented cold streak while giving out these plays to you guys, and it's added a stress level that may have impacted my handicapping because I'm used to the roller coaster ride and I know how it works for myself, but I've never ever given out picks before to a group like this, and I actually am more concerned about you winning than I am myself because I know my history and I know what's going to happen. Everyone around me has seen it over and over and over again. No one's seen a spell that's gone this cold, so maybe the fact that I've been giving out these plays has impacted me negatively in some other way. I don't know how else to explain it, but everyone around me knows that a cold streak's followed by a hot streak, and the hot streak will always bring in more money than the cold streak, creating a overall profit. And that's very much what I'm expecting and wishing and hoping for all of us. More for you than even me, because I've done really well in my career with it, and I'm substantially up. I want the same thing for you guys. Next question. Have you won every baseball season? If so, how many units do you typically win each year per sport? Yes, I've won every single baseball season, and I've also won every April. So I believe there's been very few months in baseball where I didn't end up ahead for the month. I get better as it goes in baseball because the trends lock in, and I'm very easy for me to recognize the patterns and really load up. The best month I have in baseball is, best months are June and July. June and July are really, really good for me. I've got extremely good feels of the pitching matchups, the bullpens, everything, the home and road dichotomies, how they're bouncing, how they're playing against certain teams. All of those factors that I play into really develop strongly by June or July. But again, I've never had a losing April either. So I'm hoping to continue a streak here and end up with a real positive April. Okay, also you're going to see on the screen today's plays. So there's a total of 5 round robins today. Again, yesterday there was 3, and we ended up over 130 units. Today we're going to replenish to the original bankroll amounts, like I did, and we're going to go with the following recommended amounts of units. First one, this one has been released already to the email customers. Make sure that you do sign up for email so that you don't miss out, because sometimes these videos come in after some of the games have started, especially on the weekends. First one is a round robin 2s and a 3, 901 Cubs run line -1.5, 919 Detroit Tigers, and 930 Pittsburgh Pirates. We're going to go ahead and go a total of 4 units on each of those for 16 total units. Next one is a 3s and a 4, 906 Phillies, 908 Brewers, 910 Arizona, 912 Colorado. 906 Phillies, 908 Brewers, 910 Arizona, 912 Colorado. Going to do a 3s and 4, and that's going to be for 3 units to 4 units, depending on how much you want to progress on this one right now. You're also going to be able to take a look and see how we did on the first round robin before you decide how much you're going to put on this one. The next group, same thing, they're later, so you're going to have the opportunity to see how we're doing, to see if you want to progress, and just go with what's comfortable for you. 3s and a 4, 931 Cleveland Indians on the run line, 933 under on Kansas City, 928 the Angels, 926 Baltimore Orioles. That's the Cleveland Indians on the run line, under on the Kansas City Royals, LA Angels side, Baltimore Orioles side. Okay, in the NBA, one of the games starts at noon Pacific, 3 Eastern, and it's going to be emailed out as we speak, so everyone will have an opportunity to get it. Again, make sure you've signed up for the emails and for the texts for the halftimes and the first 5 innings. There should be some NBA halftimes, second halves today, as well as the first halves. We're going to go with 2s and a 3, and we're recommending that you go 4 units each one if you're comfortable with it. 504 Atlanta Hawks, 501 Toronto Raptors, 505 San Antonio Spurs. That's Atlanta, Toronto, and San Antonio. 2s and a 3. You take the same round robin with the first halves. So it'd be 1504 Atlanta, 1501 Toronto, and 1505 Spurs, all for the first half. We may be releasing a small hockey play. We're taking a good look at them right now, and we'll let you know via email on that if we do. Hopefully we continue the streak. Certainly I'm praying for it and putting all my positive energy towards a great streak for everybody. I really do care about all of you, and I want you to do well. I'm personally not benefiting from any of this until everyone's in the black, and that's my pledge to you. And as always, as you see on the screen, I put my money where my mouth is, and we're winning or losing together, and let's make it a win. Thank you. See you tomorrow. Going forward, I'll continue to release all of my daily picks to you for free if you text me or subscribe to my mailing list. So make sure to text me or subscribe to my free mailing list so I can continue sending you all of my picks every day. I've made tens of millions of dollars betting on sports over the years, and now I'm finally breaking my secret so that you too can share in my success. All you have to do is either click on the link in the description of this video or send me a text message to my phone number at 702-462-1135. If you're texting me from outside the United States, add the +1, so it's +1 702-462-1135. I will begin texting and emailing you with all of my daily picks whenever they come up. Remember, subscribing to my mailing list is 100% free, no strings attached. And every day that you're not a subscriber to my free mailing list is another day that you may have missed out on one of my devastating winning runs. So be sure to click on the link in the description of this video or send me a text at 702-462-1135, or if you're outside of the United States, +1 702-462-1135 to join my mailing list today, 100% free. And you'll be the first to know when I release my killer picks every single day. Again, 100% free.